Alex Chen hadn't slept properly in 3 years. At 32, he'd built a tech startup worth $10 million. He had a penthouse in San Francisco, a Tesla, and a calendar so packed he scheduled bathroom breaks. He also had anxiety medication, a therapist he never saw, and a gnawing emptiness that money couldn't fill. His doctor had been direct. Your blood pressure is dangerous. Your cortisol levels are through the roof. Take a break, or your body will make you take one. So Alex found himself hiking alone in the Cascade Mountains, phone powered off in his backpack, per his therapist's orders. Digital detox, they'd called it. Alex called it torture. 3 hours into the hike, he was already checking his watch every 5 minutes, phantom buzzing in his pocket where his silenced phone sat. His mind raced with emails he couldn't answer, meetings he was missing, competitors gaining ground. He wasn't watching where he was going. The trail forked. Alex took the left path. Less traveled, narrower. The trees grew denser, older. Massive trunks that had stood for centuries towered above him. The forest was quiet, too quiet. No bird songs, no rustling, just his footsteps and his breathing. Then he saw it, a tree unlike any other, a giant Douglas fir, easily 20 feet in diameter, its base hollow and blackened by ancient fire. But what stopped Alex cold was the smoke rising from inside it. And the door, an actual door, rough cut from wood, fitted into the hollow opening. Alex approached slowly. A small window had been carved into the trunk, covered with translucent animal hide. Warm light flickered inside. Someone lived here, in a tree. Before Alex could decide whether to knock or walk away, the door opened. An old man stood there, maybe 70, maybe 80, hard to tell. He had a weathered face, a gray beard, and eyes that seemed to take in everything at once. He wore simple wool clothes and a knowing smile. "Lost?" the old man asked. "Or just looking?" I took a wrong turn." "Did you?" The man studied him. "Or did you take exactly the right one?" Alex didn't know what to say to that. "I'm Samuel." The old man extended a calloused hand. "And you look like you could use some tea." Before Alex could protest, Samuel had turned back inside, leaving the door open. An invitation. Alex hesitated, then ducked through the doorway. The inside stopped him in his tracks. The hollow tree had been transformed into a living space. The floor was smooth, hard-packed earth covered with woven mats. A small wood stove sat in the center, its pipe venting through a natural gap in the trunk above. Shelves carved into the inner walls held books, jars of dried herbs, wooden bowls. A simple bed frame with a thick mattress occupied one curve of the tree. Light entered through several windows cut at various heights. Nature's architecture, creating perfect placement. It was impossibly cozy, warm, alive. "You live here?" Alex couldn't help himself. 15 years now." Samuel poured hot water from a kettle into 2 clay mugs. "Best decision I ever made." "But why?" Samuel handed him a mug, some kind of herbal tea, earthy and warm. "Sit. That's a longer answer." Alex sat on a cushion near the stove. Samuel settled across from him. "I was a lawyer in Seattle," Samuel began. "Corporate litigation, 80-hour weeks, partnership track, big house in the suburbs, expensive car, all of it." He sipped his tea. "Then I had a heart attack at 55, massive one. Nearly died on the operating table." "I'm sorry." "Don't be. It saved my life." Samuel smiled. "Lying in that hospital bed, I realized I'd spent 30 years becoming successful and forgotten to become alive. So I quit, sold everything, bought this land, found this tree, hollow from a lightning strike decades ago, and I moved in." "Just like that?" "Just like that." Thunder rumbled outside. Through the window, Alex saw dark clouds rolling in. "Storm's coming," Samuel observed. "You're welcome to stay the night. That trail gets dangerous in rain." Alex wanted to say no. He had things to do, even if he couldn't do them. But another crack of thunder decided for him. If it's not too much trouble. "Trouble?" Samuel laughed. "Son, hospitality is the opposite of trouble." The storm hit hard. Rain hammered the forest, but inside the tree they were dry and warm. Samuel cooked dinner, simple vegetable soup over the stove, and they ate in comfortable silence. "Don't you get lonely?" Alex finally asked. "Lonely?" Samuel considered this. "I have visitors, hikers who lose their way, seekers looking for something, people like you." "I'm not looking for anything." Samuel raised an eyebrow but said nothing. That night, Alex lay on a mat Samuel had laid out for him, listening to rain drum against the ancient wood. His phone was in his backpack, still off. He hadn't checked it in 8 hours. A record. He expected to feel anxious. Instead, he felt nothing. Empty, but not in a bad way. Quiet. He slept better than he had in years. Morning came with birdsong and light streaming through the windows. Alex woke to find Samuel already up, preparing breakfast. Oatmeal with wild berries. "The trail will be muddy," Samuel said. "Give it a day to dry. Stay." Alex should have argued. He had work, responsibilities, a company to run. "Okay," he heard himself say. The day passed slowly. Samuel showed him how to collect water from a nearby spring, how to identify edible plants, how to split wood properly. Simple tasks, manual work. Alex's mind, usually racing at 1,000 miles per hour, began to slow. "You're running from something," Samuel observed as they sat by the spring. "I'm not running. I'm on vacation." "Vacation from what?" "Work, stress, the usual." "And you think a week in the mountains will fix that?" Alex bristled. "My therapist thought it might help." "Help you escape for a week?" "Sure." "Help you change?" "No." Samuel picked up a smooth stone from the stream. "You can't outrun yourself." "Not really. Eventually you have to stop and face what's chasing you." "Nothing's chasing me." "Isn't it?" Samuel tossed the stone into the water. "I spent 30 years running, chasing success, running from failure, sprinting towards some finish line that kept moving. You know what I learned?" Alex waited. "There is no finish line. There's just now. This moment. This breath. If you can't be happy in a hollow tree with a cup of tea, you won't be happy in a mansion with $1 million. That's easy to say when you've quit the race." "I didn't quit the race," Samuel said gently. "I realized I was running the wrong direction." That afternoon, voices echoed through the forest. 2 hikers appeared, a young couple lost and grateful to find Samuel's tree. He welcomed them with the same easy hospitality he'd shown Alex. They stayed for tea. Then 3 more hikers showed up, then a solo backpacker. By evening, 7 people sat around Samuel's tree, some inside, some outside around a fire pit. Samuel moved among them with quiet grace, making sure everyone had food, water, a place to sit. "Does this happen often?" Alex asked. "Often enough." Samuel stirred the communal pot of soup. "The tree has a way of calling people who need it." Alex watched the strangers become friends over shared food and stories. One woman talked about her divorce. A young man spoke about dropping out of college. An older hiker shared memories of his late wife. People opened up to Samuel and to each other in ways Alex had never seen in the city. No pretense, no networking, just humans being human. "Why do they trust you?" Alex asked later, after the others had set up tents nearby. "I don't judge them. I don't try to fix them. I just give them space to be." Samuel poured more tea. "That's rarer than you'd think." Days blurred together. Alex stayed longer than he'd planned. The trail was fine after day 2, but he didn't leave. His phone remained off. His company didn't collapse without him. The world kept turning. He learned to slow down, to notice things, the way light filtered through leaves, the sound of wind in branches, the taste of food when you weren't eating while working. One evening, Alex finally voiced what had been building inside him. "I built a $10 million company," he said quietly. "I should be happy. Everyone tells me I should be grateful. But I'm miserable, Samuel. I'm so tired, and I don't know how to stop." Samuel nodded slowly. "You have everything." "Yes." "No." Samuel met his eyes. "You have stuff. Money, success, possessions. Those are things you have. But do you have peace, joy, connection, time, purpose?" Alex felt something crack inside him. "No." "Then you don't have everything. You have nothing that matters." The words should have hurt. Instead, they felt like relief, permission to admit what he'd known all along. "I don't know how to change," Alex whispered. "Start by being honest, with yourself first, then others. You're not happy. Stop pretending you are. Stop building a life that looks good and start building one that feels good. What if I don't know what that looks like? Then experiment. Try different things. Fail. Adjust. That's what life is. An experiment, not a plan." 2 weeks after arriving, Alex finally hiked back down the mountain. He turned his phone on for the first time. 400 emails, 60 missed calls, a dozen voicemails from his COO ranging from worried to angry. He called her back. "Where the hell have you been?" Janet demanded. "I've been thinking. For 2 weeks, we have investors breathing down our necks. The product launches. Janet, how would you feel about being CEO?" Silence. "What?" "I'm serious. You've been running the company anyway. Make it official." "Alex, are you having a breakdown?" "Maybe, or maybe I'm finally having a breakthrough." 6 months later, Alex sat by Samuel's fire, now a regular visitor. He'd sold his majority stake in the company, kept enough to live simply, and moved to a small cabin in the mountains an hour from Samuel's tree. He wasn't building an empire anymore. He was writing, something he'd loved in college but abandoned for practical work. He hiked. He helped Samuel with visitors. He lived. "No regrets?" Samuel asked, poking the fire. "About leaving success?" Alex smiled. "I didn't leave success. I left the illusion of it. I'm more successful now than I ever was. I'm just not impressive anymore." "Impressive to who?" "People who don't matter." Samuel chuckled. "You're learning." More hikers arrived, a young woman in tears, lost after a breakup, a middle-aged man questioning his career, a college student overwhelmed by expectations. Alex watched Samuel welcome them, offer tea, create space, and he understood now. This was Samuel's work, not impressive, not lucrative, not what society valued, but it mattered. "Can I ask you something?" Alex said later as they cleaned up. "Do you ever miss it, the old life?" Samuel thought about this. "I miss thinking I knew what I wanted. That was simpler. But I don't miss the life. I was dying in that life, just too busy to notice. And now? Now I'm alive, every single day, in a hollow tree, with strangers who become friends, with nothing but everything." Samuel smiled. "Yeah, I'll take this." Alex looked at the ancient tree, scarred by lightning, hollowed by fire, but still standing, still providing shelter, still alive. "Me too," he said quietly. "Me too."